Hey guys, good evening everyone. Welcome to our July 2nd episode of our daily stock market insights. And today we are going to talk about the index specifically, and of course, we are going to cover your requested stocks. In the meantime, if this is your first time to watch our video, just know that we're doing this every single day. We grant your requests, especially for those people who are commenting at all our videos. So those people are the ones I'm prioritizing when I do my stock market insights. So feel free to drop a comment if you have your requested stock that may not be included on my list today, so I can prioritize them tomorrow. All right. In the meantime, the focus of our discussion today is, of course, our index. Today we ended with a nice jump in the price. We ended at a 2.49% increase from the previous day's performance. Okay, so what is this? Is this a breakout of a downward trend, or what is it? Okay, so let's try to dissect the current pattern that we're seeing in our um, index. Okay, so let me just first of all, before I put my indicators, I just want to plot something here, which I think will make sense later on. Okay, so for the past how many days, our index has been moving downwards, right? It's on a decline. And just, oops, why is it showing a different direction? Let me just do that again. Okay, so this is the direction. There, you have it. So this is the current pattern that we are seeing for our index. Okay, so I'd have to say that is this already a breakout? I would have to say partially yes. Okay, because if we're going to plot a um, a trend line here in the short term, like for the past how many days, we broke out of this downward trend, right? But if you are to look at a on a wider time frame, there's another resistance that we are about to face here. Okay, currently, if we are going to expand this is how it is going to look like. This is the current resistance that we are seeing for now. So I'd say on a short term, yes. For this short term downward trend that we have, we already broke out of that. But here's another one. This is a resistance, and we're currently, if we are to follow the trend line moving downwards, we're currently at a resistance still. Okay, so if tomorrow the sentiment of the market is going to go above the 6,300 level, I'd say that for me is a breakout of the downtrend in this pattern right now. Okay. However, if in the event it is going to move higher, it might challenge this level. Okay, so that is the resistance. It broke out of this downward trend line or downtrend, but nearby there's another resistance that we might be facing, which is 6,583. Okay, again, we're not officially on a breakout yet, but we're almost there. We're if the sentiment of the market is bullish for tomorrow, then we can say that could be a breakout of the 6,300 level, but the nearest resistance that we have is 6,583. Now, look at this. This used to be a resistance here. Um, what's the implication of this? Now that we've seen bullish actions in our index, the big possibility here is that if you're going to open again the stocks that are included in the index, most likely a lot of them are um, on a green day today. Okay, so it's a green day today. Let's go ahead and have a deep dive on each one of them. based on your requests. Okay, so let's first talk about MWC. I'm just gonna put it here. MWC. Okay, there, very promising movement. Let me just plot our chart. So we're using our Bollinger Band, which has a default setting, which is MA20 line at the center, and then our RSI here. So very simple set of indicators that we are following. Okay, so I'd say right now, oh, this is Ali. So let me just add Ali. Ali is the first stock. Let me just put it here. Okay, Ali is the first stock we're going to cover. As you can see here, Ali has officially bounced. I consider this as a bounce for Ali, and we the support that we've plotted here was able to hold, and this used to be a resistance here, and with a solid green candlestick today, I feel that we will have some more movements pushing the price higher. Just in any case, you want to get in anywhere from 33.75 to 35. That would be a good area to buy. Just in case the market gives you a chance within that level, because sometimes with this kind of solid green, normally the next candlestick is also another green, could be a gap up, and just in any case, people will take profit within the day. Sometimes it fluctuates, allowing you to enter between 33.75 and 35. So if you can watch the market the whole day, that would be awesome. MWC. MWC also triggered, all right, triggered the upper Bollinger Band. So that's a good story for today. See, whenever you see uh, positive movement in the index, almost all the stocks are also following. See, from a constricted Bollinger Band. So this part here is constricted, and we started to trigger the upper band. So I see some more bullish actions in the coming days. Right now, just if you want to understand which part, which is the nearest resistance, I'm plotting it right here, only because I see this level. So yeah, something can happen there. It might experience some difficulty breaking, but um, I'm not going to generalize. It's too early to tell. Okay, that is so far right now. How far are we? That's still 13% away from wherever we are at, 12.82 to be exact. Okay, so just in any case, the market gives you a chance between 13 point, 12.93 and 13.28. That's already a good entry price. So I'd say yes, I'm 80%. Okay, we're not a fortune teller here. We cannot 100% really predict the movement of the market. 100%. So I'm pegging it at 80%. I see some more movements going up tomorrow. Okay, we're already 80% on a breakout of this resistance. Is sometimes, I would always draw this when you have a breakout play. It continues to move higher. We don't know how high. It could be this high or this high, and then it revisits your previous resistance and it creates a brand new support there. So the speed of those movements, we don't really know. But normally that's how the pattern is. Moves some more, retraces because people will be taking profit, and then your previous resistance will now become your support. JFC, another good story. There you have it. Although, so now we managed to officially cross the MA20 line. So that's a good sign. Now, the next thing this stock has to challenge would be the short-term resistance that we have formed right at the 151 level. If we're able to do that, then good. We might see some more bullish movements in the coming days. By then, your next resistance would be at this level. Right over here. Okay. Next would be Mary Mart. Mary Mart is showing us some signs of weakness. So I'm not sure if this was the stock where I plotted this downward trend line over here. So currently this is acting your resistance level, and let's see if it will sustain this area of support that I'm currently seeing as a possible support level. Okay, so use this as your possible support, this as your resistance. Now, if we break out of that downward trend resistance, then so that could be a good sign. Otherwise, just be extra careful. Right now, between yeah, I, just observe first because there's still a possibility that it could even go back again to previous levels. So maybe the best way to play the stock is when it does a breakout of this trend line. The next one is COSCO. COSCO, hmm, I just feel that because we're now above the MA20 line, I feel that we will have some more movements going up here. This 5.40 is our nearest support, and so far there's still a big potential that will be um, between risk to reward. Your risk now is at the manageable level, very we're right over here versus the possible gain that you can get. However, it might take some time. Okay, it might take some time. So if you're interested in this stock, you have to first understand the financial health. Okay, is this stock going to survive even if the pandemic prolongs to a year perhaps? So that's the first question you ask yourself. Is the product that they are distributing something that will survive? Okay, so that's a question you need to ask yourself. 71%. Okay, then all right, so the next talk would be MBT. Okay, MBT has a good story today. As you can see, solid green. However, you have an MA20 here, and so far it respected that MA20 line. Um, it was not able to conquer that. But let us see if tomorrow there will be the price starts higher than 39.24, then that's good. Otherwise, if it drops, then it's indeed respecting MA20 as a resistance as of this point. Therefore, I'm just plotting our support in this area just in case people will be taking profit, and it allows us to haggle for a few pesos, and that could be a much better entry price. Um, so far, based on what I've said earlier, if the index will be able to break out of that trend line that we have plotted, then of course possibility is if foreign investors are bullish in investing here in the country, then the possibility of MBT and other major stocks to bounce back and break out would be higher as well. Okay, so 37.53 is our support. We're still steady at that, and just find your entry. Okay, just want to go back to the index. As you can see here, oh, I lost it. So I plotted our short-term trend line here. So the you had a resistance built at this level, so that's the short term, and then you also have another one at this level. So if it breaks out of that level by tomorrow, then that's a good story. You have a breakout play. Okay, so let me go back. Fruit. As for fruit, yeah, we're still doing sideways. This is still steady at that area, and I feel that it will just stabilize and gain some momentum first before it takes off. 1.25 for me is the support that we're looking at, 35,000 foreign buying that happened today. So if you want and you're not in a hurry to take profit, 1.25 is our support level. You can start accumulating. I'm not just 100% sure how fruit is operating. So these are um, so frutas, right? If I'm not mistaken, they have so many stalls in the major malls, and I'm not sure how they're running their business now, especially because there are a lot of malls that are closed, or I think they're back, right? But definitely not a lot of mall goers um, have actively visited the major malls. So I've seen in the news that there are really not a lot of mall goers right now. So definitely the revenue has been impacted big time. And if you want, you can just manage the sizes or your your trades for this particular stock, because I feel that they're badly hit in this pandemic, in time of the pandemic. 2019 is good, no problem with that. But your Q1, oh, interesting. Q1 is still positive. Let's see how it impacts Q2, because um, pandemic started mid March, so I think the major impact will really happen in Q2. AEV, AEV over here. We are still, I'd say this is still going to be our support. The market is still undecided whether to break out of this or it continue to decline. But so far, right now, this level is still being respected. So just observe the movement. Overall, if you're a long-term investor here, um, if this area su- of support or support level holds, then you can start adding some more volume. Okay, ICT. ICT right now still in a stabilization phase. So far, I like the candlestick today, but uh, currently, I think the best way to go about this is wait for a breakout, because the if you're going to do range trading, I think the risk is too high for a possible what 6% increase. But right now, the possible increase is just 1.5, because we're very near that possible resistance. So why not just wait for a breakout of the 105 to 105.63 level before you get in. That way, you can really make sure that you will now face a brand new wave, compared to it just doing range trading here and entertain the possibility of it breaking, experiencing a breakdown in price. So, but for now, I'm just putting 99.15 here as our support level. MWIDE. MWIDE is still respecting. See, that what's interesting here is that as you move higher, your support level is also being respected in an upward trend. But just know that you're very near a resistance right now. Now, if it reaches that level, and then your RSI here continues to decline. As you can see here, the momentum is starting to decline. So if it reaches this level and you see a red candlestick forming, then that is a sign of weakness. There's a possibility that you will have a retracement happening soon. SMC. This one is nice. Okay, July 10, guys, X date. So if you want to take advantage of the dividend, make sure to start accumulating volume as early as now, and then by July 10th, if you still want to be in that stock, then that's fine. But if you want to just play dividend here, the first minute of July 10th, if you see some signs of weakness in a faster time frame, let's say it's on the verge of declining, you can already get out, because July 10, the first minute of that day, the system has already recognized you as an eligible recipient of the dividend. Okay, But just find out, because sometimes with major players, major stocks, even if it's an X date, uh, they don't decline in price. Only the secondary stocks that get affected by that mostly. For now, I'd say I see some more movements for this stock climbing up. Okay, look at the possible reward there. Imagine that, still at a healthy level. SSI. SSI still doing sideways here. Not much volume as you can see. It is still holding the what 1.12 level. Okay, that's the support that we have. It's still doing sideways. I think this is already the bottom for SSI. Okay, just find out. Let's see, 35% decline. Um, just always make sure to check the PSE edge every day before trading any stock. Dito. Dito. Okay. So what's interesting here is that I think there was a news that said that they might not be able to make it on time or in time for the technical launch. This pulled down the price today. But looking at the technicals, this stock has respected the MA20 line, so I feel that it might continue to move higher. So this is the retracement that we were mentioning previously, that if there's a decline, then most likely it will retrace. But I feel that the retracement happened within the day and it managed to bounce and respect the MA20 level. So I still would like to plot this level as our support, because that's where the MA20 line is, and at this level as your short-term resistance. Okay. Okay. So for this, we just have to read the news and monitor the progress of the launch of the third telco. So it's still a long time between now and I forgot when is their launch or live date to fully operate. Maybe May 2021. I'm not 100% sure, but if they are late in the technical launch and the government is just fine with that, I think they will just have to pay some penalties, right? And unless we see a news that says they're pulling out or they're backing out, then that's a different story. Might go back to the 1 peso level or even lower than that. HLCM. HLCM is, I think we have reached the bottom here. Okay, I like how um, the bullish divergence really took effect right away here. Look at this, trending up while the price is moving downwards, and now we're starting to trigger the price higher. And it's just still stabilizing. That's why we're still plotting our support area at the 6.22. But I really feel that could be tomorrow or in the next few days, this will take off. Tech. As for tech, still doing sideways. The body of the candlestick is now getting smaller and smaller, so I think people are holding on to their position. And let's just plot our support level here. I feel that it will just respect the 7.68 lowest point, and then it will bounce higher. Look at that. Where are you? Where are we? Here. See that? It has declined so much, and I think this is just about to face that change in direction, moving the price higher this time. Home. Home. Home is respecting your MA20 line, as you can see here, and I'd say we are sitting at a support level. Yep. If you want to get in, I think this is still an okay price. Just be sure that if the direction negates our analysis today, Don't wait for a 15 to 20% decline before you exit. Otherwise, if you're okay with a 15 to 20%, then why not? Or if you're a long-term investor, then that's just fine. If it dips, let's say it drops at the 6.17 area, then a long-term investor would think this way. I will add some more because this is a discounted price. But if you're a trader and you don't have that time to sit in a stock for a long time, like years perhaps, then if it negates your analysis, cut your loss early. APVI. Oh no. So I think the play here is done. We're done with the momentum play here. Um, let's, I think, still not enough data to really conclude, but I'd say this will just trend within this level first, 33.9 or 34 area. And we'll see if it will sustain and continue to move higher. But guys, for those people who may have entered at the 236, don't expect too much, okay? It will take probably years. I hate to break the bad news, but it will take a long time before you can reach this level again. But I'd say this is the area that it will potentially just move within. BDO, I like the movement today. 2.66% increase in the price. And let us see. It could be a make or break day tomorrow. This is your MA20 line, and we all know that if you are moving lower than that level, then your MA20 could act as a resistance. For now, I'm plotting still our support at 98. That could be a support area. We have several points here whereby price hits the level, then it's either rebounds that used to be a support, and currently I think that's a support as well. DMC. As for DMC, we're still moving. Okay. Also moving within the range of your support level. This is the support area. It's an area, it could be a little higher or lower than that, okay? So around 4 peso level. That's your support. And your RSI still at the mid-range, so still there's room for the price to move higher. This could be your nearest resistance where you have your MA20, and then the next one would be 4.75. Just within that range for now. But if you were to ask me, yes, you're very near our support. Meg. Meg, I like that we're climbing up now. Also, we're still at a very cheap level. I'd say this could act as your support, the 3 peso level, because there used to be a resistance here. There used to be a resistance over here at 3 peso. And if the price revisits the 3 peso area, then that could be a good time to start accumulating volume. In the meantime, your resistance would be, yeah, it will potentially respect your MA20 line because there used to be a support here, here as well, and the resistance right here. So it has to first break that. And then right after that, your next area would be this level. At least you know the key areas to monitor. In the meantime, if people will take profit, you can start accumulating around the 3 peso level. I think that support area will hold because there used to be a resistance here. Okay, these are the stocks that I have requested for you. I mean that I have reviewed for you guys based on your request. And feel free to drop a comment if you have stocks that you'd like me to prioritize in our tomorrow's review. In the meantime, thank you and good night for now. Bye bye.